When you've spent your whole life in systems with clear rules and precise precisions, stepping into something as open-ended as YouTube can seem a bit strange. As a Navy engineer, I've spent decades working on checklists, standards, mission outcomes. But now there doesn't seem to be a manual for this part of the journey. So, why did I start a YouTube channel? How does a guy go from operating naval submarines to telling stories online? Well, that's what this video is all about. And if you're looking to start documenting your journey or just looking to stepping out in something new, please hit the like button, tell me your story, and we can work on this journey together. So, why start a YouTube channel? Well, I looked at the statistics. There's billions of users on YouTube, and there's about 69 million content creators uploading approximately 500 hours of content every minute. So again, I ask, why should I start a YouTube channel? Why should a 65-year-old retiree join in this crowd? Well, as I talked about in my last video, as I was nearing retirement, I was watching lots of YouTube videos that were talking about retirement, and the big thing was to retire early so you could enjoy your retirement and spend more time traveling. But for me, that kind of missed the big point. For me, the question is, what is the next challenge in retirement? So that's why I started this YouTube channel, to document my journey, my deployment into retirement, and hopefully find others along the way that are in the same situation. Now, to tell you the truth, after being in a structured environment all my life, being on YouTube can seem a bit, well, exhilarating and liberating. I mean, YouTube is powerful. It gives you the chance to relearn, to connect, and to contribute to the greater community. Now, it's not about becoming famous. It's about documenting the journey and hopefully finding others along the way. I related to in the Navy, when we went out on deployment on submarines, we had to work on a mission debrief that was presented at the end to show what lessons we learned and what recommendations we have. I consider this kind of a public debrief where I get the chance to talk about what I've done for myself and for others. Now, I'll be honest, I'm an engineer. I'm used to systems. I'm not used to self-expression. On a submarine, we had checklists for everything. On YouTube, sometimes it doesn't feel like there's any rules at all. Now, at first that was kind of uncomfortable, but then I realized creativity, it has its own kind of discipline. It's about consistency, curiosity, iteration. In a way, it's its own form of engineering. So the way I look at it is, I'm not switching worlds. I'm just applying the skills I have to a new kind of mission. So, how do you actually start making YouTube videos? Well, let's lay this out engineering style. What's the mission objective? Well, it's to create a YouTube channel and begin making YouTube videos with the hope of putting out about one a week. What are my resources? Well, I've got my phone, I got my story, there's free tools to edit the video so I get it online, so that's all I need to get started. So let's go through what the steps are. As I said, the first step is create a YouTube channel. And this is quite easy to do, to just go to YouTube and do this. There's a lot of how-to videos that help you set it up, make sure you get all the settings right. And I'll include one in the link below from a content creator whose name is Kevin Colby. And I find him very good because he helps people over 40 start doing YouTube videos. Next, you need to define your message. Now for me, my message is each video is finding new challenges in retirement. But the one thing that you need to do, I keep telling you to do, is to find your niche. What is it that excites you and that you would like to present to the world and find others in the same situation? But the one thing you need to make sure of is when you're defining your message is that you make it useful for other people. So now you need a script. How do you do it? Do you write it word for word? Do you set up key points and just keep you in line to flow? Now, I'll say in my case, I'm used to providing presentations for senior leaders, so I'm more in a structured form. So I like the word for word, but I need to break out of that to be more conversational, to make the flow go. Then once you have your script, you just record it. And the one advice that you see all the time is just do it. Don't chase perfection, chase completion. And again, this is hard for me because in the Navy, when you do things, you looked to make it the best you can be. But in this case, you just need to get yourself out there and learn as you grow. So in YouTube, finished trumps flawless. So the next step is to edit it. And again, keep it simple. This isn't a Hollywood production. You don't need the background music and all the different videos going on in the background. You just need to make sure that your message is clear and concise to get it out to the public. You can work on the other stuff later on, but just make sure you're getting your video out. So the next step is to publish it and then learn. Now, again, there's a lot of videos on what you need to do to publish it. You need to make sure you have a title for your video, a thumbnail that you'll see online. Those are all easy things to do. But at this point, it's about collecting data, analyzing, and then adjusting. And that's what engineering and growth is all about. So this was a very basic checklist, and there's many steps inside each of those things. And I'm still learning, and I hope to do more videos later on about my journey with YouTube as I learn new things. So what is the reward? For me, it's not about the videos. It's about proving that I'm not done learning. I mean, we have a lifetime of experience, and we need to share this with others. The real goal here is connection. When I was in the military, the crew members, the people I worked with, I always had people around me. And in retirement, you don't have that as much. So the part of the purpose of this video is, the whole series is to create new connections and people in the same situation. So if you've ever thought about starting something new, whether it's a YouTube channel or a side project or a new passion, remember this: you don't need the perfect plan. You just need mission and the courage to start. So I'm Rick, and this is part 2 of my journey to rediscover passions after 41 years of structure. Next week, I'll focus on a new challenge that I'm trying. and hopefully later on get back into some videos about this journey into YouTube. But at this time, just ask you to like the video, subscribe, and maybe share it with someone else who's in the same situation. And remember, you're not done. You're just reassigned.